Welcome, everyone worldwide. Yours truly, Karceno here, and welcome to Onecraknews. And let's begin. A formal complaint was filed against the judge, and they said, "What?" Yes, and the trial of with both them, John and Amber, what's his name, Geyer. I've never seen so much support given to a convicted murderer in recent years. Sincerely yours said, check my cash app. Let me see what else has happened. Whoa, yeah, I saw I got a large one today. Is that from you? So you the guy that's been pushing for the Rocky Johnson story? Thank you. I appreciate it. The rest of you guys, you could donate to the Cash App. My name is Karceno on the Cash App. Y'all should know that already. Just because this gentleman just told you here. The super chat's working here. You guys know all the handles. Thank you. I appreciate that. Never in the history have I ever seen someone at a trial hug the murderer of their brother. And says today he was on Dr. Phil saying he didn't do it for publicity. He didn't know the cameras were on. Then said he just couldn't live with that without forgiving. You can forgive somebody in your own space. I've seen people who have forgiven a mass shooting where the guy goes into the black church and shot up the people. They forgave him, but never said, in my heart, I'll give you forgiveness. But they ain't go up and hug him. Right, because see what this does is conditions people that look like you to turn the other cheek, but they don't get to turn the other cheek. Because like my video said, if both them John was reversed and he came in her crib, shot her because he was in the wrong place, he'd have got the needle. He wouldn't have got 10 years for an accident. He come in her place. No, nope. And sincerely yours to answer your question. I was already working on the video anyway. I appreciate the support, but the Rocky Johnson story is coming. Just right now, YouTube kind of tripping. So no, we've been conditioned to do that, but they're not being conditioned to be checked. Now, let's go into the judge. Now, Judge Tammy Kemp, the Freedom, it's a foundation called the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Freedom from religion. Okay, let that sink in. The Freedom from Religion Foundation. They officially filed a complaint against Judge Tammy Kemp because she gave her personal Bible to Amber Geiger. And they said they filed the complaint because the foundation that they got, its sole purpose is to protect the constitutional principles of the separation of church and the state. The foundation further stated that Judge Kemp's action in regards to the Bible, giving it away, crossed the line and crossed it and put it in coercion between God and religion. Well, the reason why they're going to lose this thing here is because the Bible has always been a part of the court system since its inheritance. When you put your hand on your Bible and take an oath is taking on a Bible. You putting your hand on a Bible and raise your hand and swear to God that you are telling the truth. So you can't take God out of the law. So they're gonna lose. But the fact that the lady did, the judge came over, spoke to her, gave her a hug, patted her on the back, gave her a Bible, told her where to read. This is the most lenient. I don't think she gonna do 10 days in jail. I think they're gonna give her house arrest. Well, we decided since the family was so forgiving, we should just give her just about a year. She had it rough. She's gonna start crying some more. So all we need is a white blonde haired girl to cry and she gets what she wants. That's what society teaches them. Why? Why is this happening to me? It was a mistake. I made a mistake. They'd be like, look, she's white. She's blind. She made a mistake. She came in the wrong house. She had a gun on her. She's an officer. And she just happened to shot. Everybody makes a mistake. Let's take away her job. 10 years. Okay. All right. 10 years. She had no concern when it went down for the victim. Yeah. Okay. We know that. She had zero concern. But she's blind. She's white. We cannot let this be an example. Like this is going to happen to all white people. That would put us all in fear that we're all equal or something. We can't have that. So now she should have had a minimum of 17 years. The prosecution was pushing for 28 years. And the reason why she should have got those years, because no one questions was it as an accident. It was an accident. It was a terrible, terrible accident. Yes, rest in peace to Diane Carroll, aka Dominique Devereaux. Most of you guys who don't know who Diane Carroll is, I will address it on screen for you. But I want 50 years, of course. But for an accident, which it was an accident, she was just stupid. She went to the wrong floor. Her apartment is precisely right above his, same number, just different floor. So she was on the wrong floor, went into the wrong house. Yes, it was an accident. She didn't want to go in this man's house and kill this man and all that stuff and try to make it look like an accident. No, How did she get in the door? I have no idea. She's not gonna serve 10 years. If anybody think that that blonde hair white girl who got that kind of love and attention is gonna get 10 years, you are delusional. She's not getting 10 years. What she's gonna get is probably a year or two. They're gonna put her in some program. She's gonna get good behavior. She's gonna have the family of the people who both of them's family are gonna write letters of saying we forgive her. All of this stuff is gonna get wiped down to about when we ain't expected. She gonna be at home and get another job that's paying her well. But do I believe it was an accident? Yes, based on the information, based on the trial, the court date, the court, everything that happened in court, total accident. Do I believe that she should pay for the accident? 100% absolutely. They just interviewed the brother. He was on Dr. Phil today. The brother said that he didn't know it was cameras in the courtroom, so he didn't do it for publicity. And he said he did it because he didn't want to hold that hate in his heart. It was an accident, but the things that she didn't notice, that she should have noticed, that hurt her, and the reason they had to go guilty is because the lack of empathy she shown. She knows how to perform CPR. Every police officer has to learn and know how to perform CPR. She did a she did a small version of CPR after she did the shooting. Before she even came to the apartment, things she should have known. There was a rug mat outside of his apartment, a red rug mat. So she should have noticed that her apartment don't even have a rug mat. So they said seeing that rug mat should have made you understand that you were at the wrong house. But she still didn't notice. She came in, and once she could have done a lot of things. She could have said, "Keep your hands up, put your hands down," but she admitted she was scared and she shot, which also brings a light they need to flash on the police department. Why are they hiring these people who are not qualified to be police officers and putting them on the force? That should have been the highlight of the entire investigation. Why are these police officers are supposed to be trained for these type of situations, and you have a scared police officer when an unarmed black man is in front of them? They're terrified. See, then you got to go look at the training of the police department and why these people taking tests, just going to attend police academy, and because they can climb a wall, they get a badge and a gun. I don't know, but when you're someone no one cares and nobody hugged his mom. Did I see the judge hug Botham's mom, who can't sleep, who hasn't been eating well since this whole trial thing was going on? She still have a hard time sleeping. I don't see anybody hugging her, but we're hugging the murderer. We got to make sure the murderer is comfortable. Prague, you are a black man in the UK. This should apply to you as well, because no matter that you're in the UK and out of this country, you still fall under the same rules and guidelines. If this happened to you, you'll be pretty pissed off about the situation. Exactly. They're racist all over the world. The sad part is to act like it doesn't exist. Well, it's very naive, because if you have that approach and turn a blind eye to it, then when it happens to you, you'll be begging for the people to look into your situation. This was deadly force negligently used. Thanks, Buddha Black. See, this is deadly force that was negligently used by a trained officer. A trained officer of the law used negligence, and this is the results of that negligence. Civil suit on the way. Oh, well, we don't know, because you have a family who's hugging the murderer. It's kind of hard to win a civil suit when the family is hugging and forgiving of the murderer. Both of them was not someone who was a threat to them. The thing is that they killed the wrong black guy. Let's say both of them had a criminal record. Let's say both of them, even though hadn't committed a crime at all, because he had a criminal record, he wasn't a church going nice person, obeyed the law, just somebody who had a criminal record, spotty past, had some bills due. Had he got shot, But there ever been a conviction? I mean, and to forgive like right away. I would have not been as forgiving. You would have not gotten that kind of forgiveness out of me. I have a very kind heart, but I war heavy. I, I can see in time you want to forgive, but you don't run up there and start hugging on them. And they're like, oh my God, she's having such a tough time. Tough time? Your mom cannot sleep or eat. She's This is draining and killing her. And you want to go hug the murderer? And you should have been hugging your mama. That's who we should have been hugging. You want to go hug the murderer because you don't want to hold all that in your heart. You don't want to go hold that all in your heart? Go to the titty bar. Go have a couple of drinks. Get it out your system. Drink away the pain. You don't go hug the doggone murderer.